Have you ever thought about making videos on any platform but yet too nervous to be talking in front of a camera? My name is Ariel, and we will dive deep on how to change your mindset and motivation to not care about others' thoughts and strive for your hard work in media content to make your goals come true. Welcome to Influencers Ball, where we talk about the motivation of influencer and their ideas and their goals for the future. Here we have our special guest Tram.
Hi, how are you?
How are you doing, Tram?
Uh,
I'm doing fine.
Good too.
Okay, so this podcast is about influencers and their ideas, where we explore the idea of how not to be nervous to fully want to commit to social media or wanting to be a blogger in any way. So, Tram, do you want to talk to them about yourself or like anything that you're doing at the moment?
Yeah, my name is Tram. I currently am in school for communications at CSU East Bay, but on the side, I've been working as a cinematographer. My friends have created this production company called Three Knox Production. Our genre is usually around horror and thriller. That's their peak interest. And I used to work with them at Apple, and we used to talk about film and cinematography all the time.
Nice.
And when I told them that I was interested in seriously starting my career in film, they kind of tagged me along. We wrapped our second short film recently.
Nice.
So yeah, that's what I've been working on, what I've been doing.
Interesting. Nice. Very, very nice. I would actually like to take a look at it. I think you showed me before, but I didn't really sit down and watch it. But for surely I will
Yeah,
watch it soon.
no, it's all good. Honestly, it's a short watch. Our first one is called Hooked on a Feeling, and basically about a Craigslist ad gone wrong. And it kind of takes you on a little journey and trying to figure out who's the real like villain of the story. And it takes you for a little twist, even though it's like a 5 minute film. It was like finding like that type of narrative obviously is it's kind of hard, especially when you're not really connected or well connected in the industry. It's a good watch. It's a cute one. It's nothing
Mm,
crazy.
okay.
So yeah.
Very nice, very nice. Well, I was gonna honestly ask you for the first question, like, what platform did you see most success on when starting, and why did you decide to commit to it? Like, I think you said you have goals of like becoming like a filmmaker, right?
Yeah, yeah. So for a really long time, I grew up in a generation of I watched TV when I was like out of school. But for the most part, like throughout my more formative years, so like between middle school and high school, I a lot of my media intake was YouTube. I watched a lot of like Asian YouTubers like Ryan Higa, Wong Fu Productions, and seeing how they were able to pop off on YouTube and have like gain money or make money off and profit off of YouTube as a platform, me and my friends decided to really hard launch our YouTube first, but also utilizing Instagram because understanding how a lot of our generation now is a lot about short form, so like TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram Reels, and all that stuff. And even though we our main base is on YouTube, we do utilize other social media platforms. But yeah, YouTube is our main one. Um, Not to say that we're making any money right now from our viewership, but that's the goal. The goal is to start there and then see where we're able to flourish.
Oh, that's so you're like starting off on the small platform, like for example YouTube. Because to be honest, like I also do YouTube, and it's like a very small channel too, as well, I should say, and it's like a growing platform, and
Yeah.
trying to like commit to like for example Facebook, Instagram, and so you're trying to get your work like out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that the more it's kind of like in the like back in the day, I watch a lot of interviews about different artists, not only just like film people, but more recently, I know she just recently popped off, but if you watch any interviews with Lady Gaga, she used to cold call clubs and be like, "Hey, like, can I play at your club? Hey, can I play at your club?" I think in the modern day, obviously, we're not cold calling clubs and
Mm-hmm.
stuff or like film people to really get your name out there or to have more traction. posting on different platforms, that various platforms is where you'll get the most eyes, whether it's a big, huge group or smaller groups. For us, we try to post on Bay Area indie film
Mm-hmm.
platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So on Facebook, although we don't really use Facebook all that much anymore, we post a lot of our stuff on there so that other directors are able to see and then therefore try to network with us and stuff like that. Yeah, like even though you don't really use the platform or whatever, it's worth putting it out there so that more eyes are on your work.
So yeah, so you're really like trying to push and become like on the filmmaking. That honestly brings me to my second question. Like, were you nervous about doing what you were doing in the beginning, knowing that other people have their own opinion? Because after you saying you're like all these people you don't know, and there's gonna be like hundreds of people watching you, like your new film. Like I'm gonna say like your first film. Like, were you nervous about making this first film and posting it out there?
Oh, that's actually a really good question. Because my first initial thought was like on a smaller level. Okay, well, I'll just answer the question. To a larger audience, no, I wasn't afraid. I was
Mm-hmm.
just like, well, if anybody sees it, it is what it is, you know?
It is.
Like
Mm-hmm.
they can have their own opinion, like everybody is entitled to their own opinion. What I was more afraid of is my family finding it. And like because I am my last name's Nguyen, I'm Vietnamese. And I'm also first generation. Going into this profession and telling them, like, hey, I'm not gonna be, a businesswoman like I told you guys that I was going to be,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm not going to be that doctor that I promised when I was like 8 years old.
Wow.
Like I was like, hey, I'm gonna start doing film because I really love film. And they were like, What?
They
Like,
were.
why? What why? That's a weird one. So yeah, but I think that the fear of criticism as a whole, whether it become coming from your personal life and or from a larger platform slash audience, that's not going to stop. Like that'll never really go away because the way that I see it is the reason why I kind of fell in love with production as a whole is because before you release it to the public, like that's your baby. Like that is
Mm-hmm.
your work and you're gonna put however much effort that you are allowing yourself into it, right? Whether it
Mm-hmm.
be good, really like a lot of effort or a little effort. But then once it's released to the public, that you don't own it anymore. The public owns it.
Mm-hmm.
So overcoming that obstacle of like judgment, honestly, I have no better way of putting it than just to like let it go. And that comes with a lot of confidence, right? And like a lot of inner work that you just kind of have to like do. But when you honestly just focus, for me, I just focus on the process more than the critic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, okay, let me put my 110% in the process and that will make me feel good. But once it is released, it's like, okay, it's out of my control.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah, it makes sense. Like literally, as your story you were telling me when first starting it, and like once you post it out there, it's like the public. It's like don't get me wrong too. Like I also like had that when I first started YouTube,
Yeah.
and being nervous as like or like being scared because like the numbers were really low, having like 10, 20 subscribers. It's kind of like everyone's gonna look at it and be like, bro, like you're what are you doing? You know? And
Yeah.
even
It's like being cringe.
yes,
Like the
exactly.
fear of being cringe, well, everyone has that fear. Like I have that fear and I literally like second guess myself and I ask people around me, I'm like, am I being too cringe? Like, is this cringe? But in reality, like you genuinely just have to like let that go. You
Mm-hmm.
have to let go of that feeling or that question. Like when it comes to your head, you're like, oh no, 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 like just push it out of your thoughts because then that'll stop you. And then what gets put out? Nothing,
Mm-hmm.
like that fear of being cringe, you just literally have to let it go.
You put it better than what I did because, like I said, my name is Ariel Morales, and this podcast is about influencers and their ideas, where we explore the ideas. We're not to be nervous and fully want to commit to your social media platform.
Yeah.
And that's honestly like now, as I started like committing to YouTube as well, like, of course, like I saw numbers rising, and I'm sure you see that with your film, like numbers rising. That puts you on the motivation to like, okay, like not care what others are thinking. You just want to
Yeah.
like fully make it like I should say like a job for your future, I should say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like once you have that thing that you're so passionate about, like filming or creating or writing, then what other people think about it is it doesn't really matter because like I wouldn't say that, horror and or thriller is my genre, but it was more so, and I tell my friends this all the time, it's like I won't go watch a horror film with them, but I'm okay creating it because it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like the creation part of it and like what everything that happens after that, like the special effects and the scariness and the sound and what makes a horror film scary and that instills the fear in you, then that's kind of where I kind of pull away, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But like creating it is where I really hold on to it, and that's where I find my passion. Like when it comes to like looking cringe or like anything like that, like finding that passion and then really honing in on that, whatever you're passionate about,
Mm-hmm.
really honing in on that is what will drive you and give you that motivation to like keep going.
Mm-hmm. Wow,
Yeah.
that's really awesome, honestly. And that brings it down to like our third question for you today. What advice would you give to someone starting out a film creation, or in your case, or in this case, creation in any way, I should say?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I know that it sounds so generic and, people who are not able to find what they're passionate about, they're like, how the fuck do I find that? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
It's
Um,
okay, don't worry.
like, how do I find my passion, you know? And it really comes down to figuring out like your base, like,
Mm-hmm.
do you like hip hop? These are questions that I asked you like on privately. I was like, what do you like? Like, what do you like hip hop? Do you like Spanish
Like
music? Do you like,
Latin
yeah,
music.
Latin music? Do you like, and then for me, I was like, oh, I like film. I like cinematography. I like picture, and like how to tell the meaning of a movie by just like pausing the movie and being like, can you tell what the movie is, where the movie's set? Like, like I love analyzing film and the meaning of it, the metaphor, and blah 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 blah. Like I loved doing that. So translating that to my own work in cinematography, yeah, I found that horror film although it is obviously very scary and like the
Mm-hmm.
thrill factor of it,
So you
there's a
like
lot
scary
of me.
movies in general?
I hate.
You hate?
I hate scary movies. I know, like I really do not mess with
Have you seen The
scary movies.
Conjuring?
I saw a snippet of it and that was enough for me to be like, yeah, no, I'm good.
If I'm being honest, the first one I saw was the last one.
Yeah,
That
because
was the
it's crazy. And then there was like all this media post after saying that it was actually hot. Yeah, no,
yeah,
I'm good. I'm
nah.
cool.
Personally, it wasn't scary, I should say, but it was good.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't even really watch the whole movie as a fully, but my friends have, and they still continue to watch scary movies. Like they watched there was a private screening for the last installation of The Conjuring, and they have told me they came back and told me about the meaning behind it, and like there is a lot of meaning. There's a lot of metaphor. There's a lot of deep cuts in horror film that people don't really realize. And so it talks about like family, talks about personal courage, like all these deep cuts that I find interesting. So, and in something that not many people think it does, I think that's what gravitates me to horror and thriller, is the fact that like there are deep cuts, and I like finding deep cuts in a lot of non things that are, yeah, like non things that you wouldn't think would
Mm-hmm.
have
Mm-hmm.
deep meaning in it. Yeah.
Okay, so as a someone trying to like, let's say trying to be like someone, you're like motivating someone. Okay, so you're saying that you're doing film. This would honestly bring us up to our last question. What advice would you give to someone trying to make content and in your creation trying to be a filmmaker? Like, hey, someone looks at you, hey Tram, I want to make film like you. What would you say to that person?
God. I think that it's kind of hard for me to answer because I'm doing the work right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's to go out and like talk to people.
So again, like you can't be nervous while doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, like when you lead life with genuine curiosity I think. Like it, my friends made the production company. For example, my friends made the production company without any thought of me. And one day I walked into Apple and I had quit Apple at that point. And I was just catching up with my friend and I was like, his name is Freddie.
Mhm.
I was like, hey,
Freddie, where
what
we
like
at,
what's
Freddie?
up? I was like, Freddie, what's up? Like what you doing? Blah blah blah. And he filled me in on Three Knocks and I was like, bro, if you need anybody with camera work or a camera, I have a fucking camera. I mean,
Mm,
sorry,
it's
I
okay
have a
though.
camera. I have a camera and I'm not using it. If you need anybody, like, let me know. Literally 2 days later, he's like, I have a short film that we're planning. I want you on the project. And that jump started me to then be the main cameraman on our second film, you know? So it really is just communicating with people, networking. I wouldn't say that I'm the most advanced at socializing. I actually think that I'm very awkward as a person,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a lot of social anxiety. And if you just, put yourself out there, you'll never know what you'll get in return,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So, yeah, finding that confidence in yourself to then choose to advocate for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
which is what I'm working on right now,
Mm-hmm.
is my biggest advice. Networking, everybody says that networking is your best friend, especially in the Bay Area. It's all about, and even in Hollywood, it's all about who you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about who you are introducing yourself to. So, yeah, just putting yourself out
Just
there.
no, that's honestly like a really good what you were saying. So because I
Yeah.
remember I was in a what's it, in an acting class. This was like what, like a year ago, I think. I
Yeah.
met this guy named Constantine, and he honestly had dreams of becoming an actor. And and it's like what you said, like it's about like getting yourself out there and knowing people, because he told me about like this acting like short film that they were having.
Hmm.
And you know what I said, like, hey, like, mind if I would like to like act for it. And he told me, he was like, yeah, like come to auditions. And I auditioned for it and we ended up making it. It's called Voices short film, link in the description, so you guys want
Yeah.
to check it out. But yeah, guys,
Check it out, everyone.
yes. But yeah, guys, that's any last words you want to say, Tram?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like the key takeaways from all my rambling is find your passion, find out what that is, find out what you like, find out what you could literally talk on about for hours and hours and hours, and then putting yourself out there because you never know who you're talking to, like, and lead with genuine intent, like curiosity and just being curious about the world, being curious about what you are working on, who you're working with is my biggest advice. And don't be afraid to be cringe. Be
Oh,
cringe.
I
Fuck
like
it.
that
Be
one.
cringe.
I like that one. But
Fuck it. Who cares? Who cares? Like literally, who cares what people think? Because at the end of the day, if it makes you happy, that's literally
as
all that
literally
fucking matters.
as yes, as us like content creator in any way, you really can't be nervous. Like you have to like
Yeah.
get out there.
Like athletes, there's world records, but there's also personal records, PR.
Mm.
Like, and that's what athletes care most about is their own PR. And it's nice to have world records and breaking world records, but your PR is what matters the most.
Well, thank you very much, Chan, for those kind of words.
No, thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, you guys heard it here, guys. My name is Ariel. No matter what social media platform you are wanting to strive for, we must know that whether you are just starting or already big on social media, there will always be people that have their own opinions, whether it's positive or negative. But always remember, if you're too nervous to commit to social media, you will understand that you will never get to where you want to be. So
Yeah.
thank you guys so much. Tram, thank you for being here.
Thank
It's
you.
Ariel, and we're out.
Bye.